enthusiasts, and if there are any here, fashion disinterested. I stand before you as an ex-shopaholic, actually. So I, of all people, know the pleasures and the pains of shopping in the fashion retail industry. I too have been there in the minefield of knowing what to buy, when, and where. But first, I'd like to tell you a story about my wedding that happened last year and also my sister. Now, don't worry, she did not turn up wearing a white dress. So, as you can tell by my accent, I'm British and I'm currently in Berlin, and this is where I found my current husband, who is German. And so we decided to marry in Potsdam, Germany, where my wonderful family said, sure, we'll travel to celebrate you. So my sister specifically, she got on her plane in London, got here to Berlin Brandenburg, collected her luggage, got outside, used her navigator of choice, and entered the details in order to get to the hotel. Now, she followed the directions dutifully. She went rechts when instructed to do so, and links when told to go in that direction, only to find herself in the middle of nowhere. It was pretty sad. Of course, she depended on the kindness of strangers, but the point of that story is to make it there on time, of course. She didn't look closely enough at the details that were handed to her. And I feel like we all do that when we do something that we've been doing for maybe years or even decades. How closely do we look at the labels or at the items when we go shopping? Maybe we see a certain brand and make an assumption about quality. Or we see a certain symbol and make an assumption about sustainability. Or maybe we say, oh, I often go to this brand, they're worth my money despite any price hikes. So with that story, I'm just trying to encourage you to maybe look a little bit closer, like my sister could have done when she was trying to get to the destination. But that story ended up fine. It was the day before. She was 4 hours late, but she arrived on time and everything was fine. But for us, with the impact of the fashion industry, time is running out. And that's why with this talk, I'm trying to give you more tools to empower you for your conscious consumer decisions. Now, I want to leave that story there and tell you a little bit about my mission. And that's what I just said, to help you shop smarter. So in fact, I even wrote a book about it. It's called Look at the Labels. Any project manager, anyone who deals with change management, if you're going to make a change, start off small, start off simple. And that's why I implore you, if you're going to make even a small change, start by looking a little bit closer at those labels. Now, I am often referred to by myself as a boffin. For me, it's an unsung hero, if you will, in the backroom of style. I like to crunch those numbers. I analyze size ratios, time to online, basket size analysis, shelf space performance, all these wonderful things which are exciting to me. But before I do lose you, I'll introduce myself. So remember that German that I said that I married a little while ago? My current husband, his name is Max Graf von Walderdorf. And so as part of old German aristocracy, that means count. And so after marriage, I became Jennifer Gräfin von Walderdorf, or on my book, because it's written in English, Countess von Walderdorf. Hi. So that career that I was just talking about, that I didn't want to lose you on, that is the career of a merchandise planner, where I started my career in the fashion retail industry, where I actually spent the longest period of time. So from there, I wanted to get a little bit of a deeper scope on the data science to really nourish my skills on all of the assumptions that I was making as a merchandise planner. So I moved into data analytics, specifically predictive analytics. And I led teams who were buying the supply to enable them to supply the goods more efficiently. And that means less going into markdown and less wastage overall. But of course, I wanted to see more. I wanted to really get that global big picture and to see if some of my assumptions really were true. And so I moved into finance. And I have to tell you, the numbers do not lie. And so, with all of this information that I have, I've built up all of this data, understanding trends, the long lasting ones, the fleeting ones, the consumer data, the use of technology to really help take away all of that noise that you see when you go shopping, bombarded with messages and symbols and grand claims of how your life can be improved, maybe with the purchase of a specific item. And that's me now. I'm a fashion consultant. I really enable you, or I like to say empower you, to make decisions that enable you to shop smarter and more sustainably. So now you know a little bit about me. I like to flip it around and ask you some questions. And so think in your head, or you can say it out loud if you want to join in wherever you are. So, have you ever been shopping and saw something and thought, oh, I have to have it because it was on sale, maybe on promotion, maybe it was a panic buy, last one left, oh, and it's in my size. And maybe you later regretted that decision. Or how about you bought something aspirationally? We've just come out of January, so maybe it was New Year, New You, and it was a style maybe emulating a celebrity, a style icon, or just something that you always thought you wanted to look like. Or maybe your body's changed. You've gained weight, lost weight, pregnancy, any other decision, and you're just not wearing the clothes that fit comfortably anymore in your new shape. Or how about you're still trying to conceal your body and wearing maybe clothes oversized but don't flatter you? And so you're actually just not happy in the clothes that you're wearing. How about whether or not you stood in front of your wardrobe at any point in time, looked at the clothes that you've bought and you own, and have uttered the words, maybe in your head or outwards, I have nothing to wear. Well, then congratulations. It's not a sad, sad story, because you guys, if you answered yes or even maybe or even once, are part of the largest cohort within my data sets. You are the data that I'm analyzing. You are not only who companies are targeting, you are the target audience. You are who the marketing is geared towards, who the customer acquisitions are trying to appeal to. And with that said, I hope that can now empower you. Think about it. You are who they want. On paper, they want you more than maybe you need them. And that is the point. How can we take that information and act like the strings of a rope and move together in a direction all together to become stronger and to fight against some of those who are aiming to destroy the planet and destroy economies, all for the sake of fashion? I don't know. So let me tell you a little bit more about those labels. So, as I said, the book is called Look at the Labels, and I'll paint you a picture. So you may be in country X, and you look at the label of a garment or something that you say, oh, I like that, or I need it even. Maybe it was made in country Y, some distance between them. The fabrics that we use to make the garment, maybe it's unlikely they were able to be sourced in that country of origin, and maybe are from country Z. Maybe even if it's a slightly more luxurious buy, they even display the information of the country of design. I'm going to go country A. And so that alone gives you a little bit more information on maybe the carbon footprint of what it took to get that country, that item, all the way to you. Maybe you ordered it online, and so it had to come through the mail. But you're not going to sit there getting out your calculator and working these things out. These are for fashion consultants like me who enjoy doing the number crunching, who enjoy doing the analyzing of data, who enjoy using tech to, as I said, cut out the noise and make your choices more conscious, smarter, and hopefully more sustainable. So that's just one example. And then there are the other facts. Maybe you see on a label, oh, 100% recycled, not even realizing that maybe that 100% recycled is attributed to the swing ticket, not the actual garment itself. And there's just things to be mindful of. When we see recycled polyester, we say, great, something that's keeping fashion circular. But of course, it takes approximately 9 bottles, plastic bottles, of course, to produce just one t-shirt. Now, of course, when you see recycled polyester, maybe you think, oh, it's from other recycled items, but it's so unlikely. It's more than likely to come from these bottles, and it's unlikely that a recycled t-shirt will go into another recycled t-shirt. And therein lies not an issue, but really a conundrum, that if you're taking this item, which now becomes the end of the life cycle, how well do you keep it, nurture it, and how long does it stay with you? And then there are, for those who are in charge of the washing, the laundry instructions. How to keep something looking its best to keep it for as long as it should last. If something tells you to only be washed at 60 degrees, which is a high energy wash, is it something that you really want and can hold on to? And then I talk about the high maintenance Hilda items, the dry clean onlys. You really have to factor into the cost of wear. So the cost to wear is really the principle where if you spend €100 or pounds for something, but you end up wearing it for 10 years, it's very small per wear versus something that doesn't last very long and you may have to be replacing that item continuously each year, or worst case, even on a shorter basis of time. So I say all that to say, look at the labels because there are a lot of information given to you, handed to you on a platter. You can walk around, of course, with my book, you can study it, and that would be great. But of course, this is the modern day. And as I mentioned earlier, the use of tech to help you out. And so producing Look at the Labels app will enable you to find not only whether or not the item is sustainable or the index according to it, but also the quality. And so, one, sustainability is not always synonymous with the quality. And this isn't to say, hey, put that item down with a siren ringing to tell you not to buy. The choice is always yours, whether you want to shop smarter and more sustainably, and of course, within your budgets. So that's a little bit about the products that are available with me, Jennifer von Walderdorf. And so if you leave here today with anything else in mind, it will be just to look at the labels. Just see where the country of origin is from. Look at the fabric to see if that fabric can actually be recycled. Can it be something that can be reused, or potentially how long will it even last? Now, I'm not here to slam any of the fabrics or any country of origin, but simply to provide you the data, as I'm using data to enable procurement and supply to be better and more efficient to reduce the wastage at the end of the trend life cycle. So if that appeals to you, and if you think the next time you're going to buy something just to look a little bit closer at those labels, I congratulate you. But for me, that's the end. And I thank you so much for listening. Peace.
Hi everyone, I'm Ellie Langer. Nice to be here and to have the talk about let's change the world with augmented reality. So my name is Ellie Langer and I'm founder and CEO of Pimento Formate. Our company is focused on developing augmented reality narratives for um, augmented reality. I got a message, sorry for that. Augmented reality for narratives for younger people. And I bring you some slides to explain what we are doing with augmented reality to give an offer to young people for creative activism and participation for change the world. So for, I think, around 6, 7 years around, we asked ourselves how we can solve the actually problems in our world, because corporates, they need to be more sustainable in the future and invested millions of euros to develop corporate social responsibility strategies and to take care to be more sustainable. It is necessary to educate customers how to use their products in a better way. And on the other hand, they are looking for young employers, because we have the next big problem. Corporates need more people who work with them to save the future for the corporates. And in all this, they invest millions of euros annually. And on the other hand, and this is our focus, there are millions of young people. They are searching for content every day, and they are searching for orientation. And this is the reason why we thought, okay, how we can help young people and corporates to bring them together with a new product. And we developed the product Futurely Space. This is a media brand with augmented reality narratives and in additional other content to change the world with augmented reality. And after I show you some examples how we do it, the focus is to bring this new audiovisual media to younger people into a real environment and bring the stories in their environment to explain and to some climate or social issues, and to use this for other creative things. So this is an example we produced in a mall. There's a whale spotting plastic into the water, and this we combined with an mini game where young people try to find out, okay, which are the biggest problem makers for microplastic. And people use it normally for make the videos with that. And this is an event, so you can augment your event with a purpose. For example, this is an augmented reality story about diversity, and there's an audio behind that, and a story tells a short story, and everyone at the event can use it for bring the event in a purpose marketing way. So this are actually all these very nice augmented reality stories we've made, and young people use it for activism. And the value and the impact we have with augmented reality stories is these are really stories which you can place in the real environment and bring younger people to that they produce videos with that to tell their stories about, for example, ice bear, polar bear issues, and can share it on social media. And we did many researches about it, and these are our results, because augmented reality is a very new media, and we use it for communication and marketing and edutainment. And we talked with many, around 200 young people, and we researched and watched at the data, and we analyzed that the positive emotional impact of a story is very strong. So if you have a topic and people use this augmented reality story, they are very more emotional. And the positive impact is the dwell time with augmented reality stories is 4 times longer than in a video. And we have many returners. So many people use it several times because the real environment is influencing the experience. And this is really a very high power for augmented reality, because it's a new media usage for young people to be more to be more curious for the topic, to explore it. And on the other hand, we combine creativity, that they make videos with that and share their opinions. And of course, we are here at the Fashion Week, and that's one case we produced last year with augmented reality fashion, because this marker, our logo, is able to put augmented reality stories. These are animated scenes to tell a story on a shirt, on a fashion gadget, or anyway. So in the future, I'm sure about it. This is what I love to share here at this event. We can use augmented reality to augment this a t-shirt or another robe or other clothes, to bring it to the to tell stories with clothes. And this is an opportunity for a new strategy and a new market to combine technology and fashion, to bring clothes and fashion to tell their own story. And this I would like to share, because this is the same when you make campaigns in the real environment, to have buildings which are able to, which are markers as well by itself. And you can put animated 3D models and stories to these objects, to these buildings. And another topic is, this is an example for an augmented reality experience we made, that a platform or augmented reality app itself is a platform for placing informations or brand placing, because when you are guided through a mall, for example, or through a road, you can make a stop at a shop to buy some stuff or get more information. And this is a very nice, I really love this example. With augmented reality, you are also able, you build a three-dimensional world. And this world could be an amazing fashion shop as well. So you can design your virtual fashion shop in a real environment, because here now you are on a football place or basketball place in an urban environment. But with augmented reality, you have the access to go into a space which is not really there, but you can make it visible, and you can buy there and interact with the objects in a virtual space in the real environment. So this is what you know for sure. These are augmented reality filters, and these kind of filters are a very good additional medium. It's really fixed on social media like Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok. But we have very good results with that because it's not really very common to use it. So if you use it, you have the opportunity to get many impressions. So this is a very short show for our campaign Rette die Schmetterlinge, Save the Butterflies. And we immediately got over 300,000 impressions, and this means 1,500 videos. And this is very interesting because the videos are shared in the community as well. So you have, in addition, more than 100 viewers in the community. And when you combine it with the videos, you have a very high community view with the augmented reality stories or filters in that case. So this is what I've loved to share with you, because augmented reality is a very strong new media. You can use it for campaigning, for impact, and especially to get awareness for your brand and for your fashion, because you can augment your stores, your designs, and you can make new designs with augmented reality too. And this is not two-dimensional, this is three-dimensional. And this is fascinating me, that we can tell stories in three-dimensional stories where you have an access to, and you can go in and move in the stories, and you can share it. And if you want to learn more about it, please be open and watch at the our coffee break in 2 weeks, and get in contact with me if you are interested in to learn more about. And thank you for being here. Thank you.